Yeah, hello guys, I'm Sunil. Today we'll continue with our Spring Boot application, what we have told yesterday. And I'll give just a quick recap of the application, what I told. And I think Jayashree, have you seen the recording, Jayashree?
No, not yet. Today I will do.
You have to, right? Okay, fine. I will just give a quick recap of it, okay? Hello?
Yeah, okay.
See, what I told, once you run the application, okay? So this is, right, at least how to create a Spring Boot application.
Yeah, that's right.
So you should go to start.spring.io and you should download the zip file and you need to unzip and you need to go to file, okay, and open project from the file system. Ante kada?
Huh.
That's akkada clear undi kada. So ఆ తర్వాత if you want to start any backend server, see this whole Spring Boot code unda, దీన్ని you can say server code and కూడా you can call, okay. So if you first you need to run the application, okay. Okay, so for that you need to use run button, okay. Sorry, not like this, sorry. So you should right click on the project and run as Spring Boot app, guys. Don't run like Java application, build, install, adanta kaadu. Run like Spring Boot app, okay? Okay na?
Okay.
So once you run the server, okay, your application will respond to all the endpoints. And if your server is up, you can hit the endpoints, right? Adhamaina? Hello?
Huh.
See what I'm trying to say. If we are trying to open a ClickBudge, okay, because the ClickBudge server at its data center, it is up. That's why it is responding to this endpoint. Antena? If the server is down, you can see a message like server is crashed, right? Antena? In the same way, first, if you want to make your application to respond to your endpoint, you should make the application up. Then you can hit with endpoints, okay? See, the whole concept is in the core Java, just our execution start with main. Here also our execution start with main. Because of the main method, you are making the application run. But if you want to hit the endpoint, you need to go to the Chrome or a Postman and you need to hit the endpoint, okay? Just is that clear?
Okay.
See, basically we're getting this error because port 8080 was already in use. That means previously we have started our application and we are trying to restart. Okay. So we'll stop that server. Okay. For that, just there is a red button, right? There is a red button, right? Yeah. Stop that. And again, start that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So in this way, you need to start the application. Okay. See, you can see a message like started Spring Boot application. Okay. Okay, right? And see, Tomcat is started on the port 8080. See, for any application, we need a Tomcat server. Okay, this Tomcat server is internally coming with Eclipse. Okay, there is no need to attach explicitly. Okay. Okay, and this is what I have explained. So this is how you should make the application up. Okay, then your application will respond to the endpoints. Okay, and as I told every time, your controller layer, okay, which is having the REST controller annotation, will be the first interface which will deal with the endpoint. Okay. Okay. Suppose let us think we don't have these things. This is simple message return. Okay. See, on the top of this, we have REST controller annotation. So once the endpoint is reached to the application, it will check which is my controller layer. What are the controller layers available? But because we have only one controller layer, and there is definitely will go here only, and it will check what is my endpoint is matching with which message, with which function. Okay. So once it finds the respective function, then it will execute that function. Okay. This is how the execution flow. Hello, guys, is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Yeah. So, your application is running on the port 8080, right? Right? Localhost 8080. Then slash API slash v1 slash get message. Guys, the endpoint how you design is up to you totally. Okay. Here I wrote API v1 get my message. If you want, you can write simple name. Okay, but it should be meaningful. Okay, guys, is that clear? Okay.
Yeah, it's clear.
Just hit the endpoint. Okay, because of your application is up, it will respond to the endpoint. Okay, if your application is not up, it won't respond. Okay, see, hello world. What I wrote? Hey, I haven't saved down. Okay. See, once you change your once you do any modification, you need to stop the server and you need to restart the application. Okay. And how to restart? Right click on the project and run as Spring Boot app. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, yeah, it is up. Okay. Now we'll hit the endpoint. Okay. Okay. See, this is the updated response. Hello, guys. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now we'll revise with what is IOC container. Okay. Huh. Yeah, guys. So what I told in the beginning of the class, from the controller layer, we'll try to call the service layer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, అదనమాట. So you tell me how to call service layer from here. Suppose this is simple service class. Okay, how to call the service layer from the controller layer? I want to call the method of the simple service. How to call that?
We are creating the object.
Yes, how to create the object of simple service? Okay, ఇదనమాట. Okay, so return, so obj dot, okay, again get message is the method of the simple service method. Okay, from here we're trying to call the method of service. Okay, is that clear? Huh?
Yeah, clear.
Clear, right? Okay, but in Spring Boot, this is not the, this is not the approach we'll follow. Okay, to call a, to call some methods of some class. Okay, so you're not allowed to create object like this. Okay, because we have a here we have a concept of IOC container. Okay, I will tell you what IOC container is. Okay. Okay. See, once your Spring Boot application is up, okay, it will check what are all the classes having the annotations of. So once your once your application is up, Spring Boot framework internally creates objects of the all the classes, whoever having the annotations of. See, once your application is up, Spring Boot framework internally creates bean. Hello? Yeah. Spring Boot framework internally creates bean or object, okay, of the classes, whoever is having the annotation whoever is having the annotation, REST controller and service. Guys, each one will use for a different approach, okay? At the rate service, at the rate repository, okay? See, so you know the Spring Boot framework will scan entire application and it will check whatever the class is having these annotations on the class level. It will internally create the bean of that class in the IOC container. See, your IOC container is nothing but some box. You can assume like that, okay? So your IOC container is nothing like something like box, okay? See, yeah, the same diagram, that's what I have explained. So your IOC container is nothing like a box. Okay, once your Spring Boot application started, the Spring Boot framework internally creates a bean or object, okay, of the controller class, service class, repository class, component class, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now you tell me, suppose if I don't have this annotation, auto-void, okay, suppose if I call this obj.get message, will it work or not?
No.
No, you wait, Jayesh will tell. Jayesh, you tell me?
No.
No, why? See, this is not assigned with any object, right? We haven't created any new simple service, right? This is just a reference variable, ante kada. Hello, అర్థమవుతుందా? See, I'm saying this is not a complete object, right? This is just a reference variable. It is not like, you know, new simple service, ante kada. So that's why it doesn't work anamata. Okay. So and the object is not assigned to obj if you write like that. Okay. But what I told in Spring Boot, this is not the standard practice to create an object. So what I told, all the beans or the objects are already there in the IOC container. Is that right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then if you have the annotation at the rate auto void, okay, then your Spring Boot itself will find out the particular object and it will assign it to this obj, okay?
Okay.
We have a box of all the objects, like, you know, how the box of fruits, we have the box of all the objects. So once, if this line on line 12, on the top of this line 13, if you have an annotation called auto void, the Spring Boot framework find the respective bean or object of simple service from the IOC container and it will assign to the obj. Is that right? Is that fine?
Yeah, okay.
So now see, so we are creating object indirectly, okay na? So because see, in the project level, you're not allowed, don't create object like in normal way, okay? They'll just throw on your face, okay, code, okay? So this is how you should perform anamata, okay? Okay. And the why the IOC container means, IOC means inversion of content, inversion of control, okay? So why the name came means, see, we are not creating an object, you know, by our own, right? The Spring Boot framework internally creates object, right? It is totally inversion of the process, right, guys? Hello, అర్థమవుతుందా? What I'm trying to say, see, IOC container name ఎందుకు వచ్చిందంటే, why the IOC container name means for that group of objects. See, we are not basically the, you know, basically programmer will create object, right? Object, right? But here, here the programmer is not creating, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that's why it is name itself is inversion of control, okay? Inversion means reverse, okay? Program is not creating, okay? Framework automatically assigning, right? So this way you can create an object and you will call the service layer, okay? Is that fine?
Yeah, fine.
See, from here we are calling the method get message, okay? Adanamata, okay? See, and you know, the same message we are trying to return from the service layer, okay? So from earlier there is a controller layer. See, layer means don't think it's a rocket science. It is simple one class, ante. From there we are trying to call simple service by using auto void object, okay?
Okay.
Gnapka, is that clear? At least today.
Yeah.
నేను కొంచెం డౌట్ఫుల్ గా మాట్లాడాము అందుకని అడుగుతున్నాను. ఓకే Adanamata. So we'll run the application again and we'll save it and we'll run the application again and yeah. See, before running the application, see there is a red button, stop over here, okay? Your application will be stopped and then restart the application, okay? Because on the same port you can't restart twice, okay? Guys, the first application only I'll teach this much slowly. After that, I won't teach this much slow. Okay, I will be a bit faster only because this is application one. You guys, not aware of Spring Boot anytime. That's why I'm teaching this much slow. Okay, don't think I'll teach the same way. Okay? See, started. Okay, na? Right? Let us and hit the end point. Okay, see, always remember, once the application is up, then only you need to start. Okay, see, hello world. Okay, Jayshri, అర్థమవుతుందా?
అదే.
జ్ఞాపిక పోయి జ్ఞాపిక లెఫ్ట్.
ఇది వస్తున్నాను చూసుకో.
Okay. Yeah. So this is how one. Okay. See, so far there is no concept of database. Am I correct, guys? Ante kada? Ramakrishna, is that clear? There is no concept of database, right?
Correct.
See, if you remember in the beginning, first class, I told we have something called in-memory database. Am I correct? And a Spring Boot framework. And the first, see, our next application, I will try to connect with the MySQL, okay, SQL database. But in the very first application, I want to use in-memory database, okay? Spring Boot has in-memory database of 5 MB, okay? So we'll try to use that, okay? We'll try to connect this and we'll try to use it, okay, na, Ramakrishna? Okay, let's see. And by the way, guys, if you go to my portal of GitHub, okay, my page, okay, so you can find the repositories, okay. So in that, I have created some, some Spring Boot application, okay. So you can correlate this ticket booking application with what I'm teaching, okay, now, okay. And you can visit and you can understand this, okay. I'll share this link also, okay. Yeah. So if you want to use in-memory database, you need to use this dependency, Ramakrishna, okay? H2 databases, okay? So its name is H2 in-memory database, okay? Okay, na? Ramakrishna?
Yes.
Are you there? Adamutna? Spring Boot has a database of 5 MB. Its name is H2, okay? H2 DB under the name.
Okay.
H2 DB, okay? So you need to add that dependency, okay? So go to pom.xml, add the dependency, okay? Yeah, we already have that, right? Okay, H2 in-memory database, okay? So and while creating only, okay, itself has the H2 and if you go to the start.spring.io, okay. So if you add dependency, okay, while adding you write H2, okay, you will get this dependency, okay? You'll add this dependency. This is if you want to work with in-memory database, okay? This one, okay? And Ramakrishna, one of my interview question is, suppose if you want to create a simple CRUD application, they will ask what are all the dependencies you should add. So can you tell me?
Okay.
Chaptava? Simple CRUD application if you want to create, what are all the dependencies I need to add? Yeah, tell me.
H2 in-memory database.
Okay. Inka?
The Spring related dependencies starting లో ఉంటాయి కదా. Starter something.
Yes, Spring Starter Web. Okay. Web, Spring Web. Inka? So this is an interview question, by the way. ఇంకోటి ఉంది JPA. You should add JPA. Okay. Okay. These are at least, you know, if you want to perform any CRUD operation, you need to configure these three. You need to add these three dependencies. Okay. Okay, na? So if you see here in the Eclipse, H2 we have Spring Boot Starter Web we have, okay, and this test see Spring Boot Starter Data JP we have, okay, okay, na? Guys, is that fine? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So ఇదన్నమాట, okay. So ఇప్పుడు suppose, you know, if you want to add some table in the database, right? The table obviously needs some columns, right? See, table obviously needs some columns, అంతే కదా? హలో రామకృష్ణ, నా వాయిస్ వస్తుందా? జయశ్రీ వస్తుంది, అర్థమవుతుందని చెప్తుంది. So if you want to create a table, obviously my table needs some columns, right? And the table name also. Suppose my table name is customer, okay? And customer contains what are all the IDs? A customer ID, okay, and the customer name, and you know what? Just we'll add one more thing. Price of the item, okay? Price of the item purchased, okay? Inka మనం ఇంకా ఇంకా what all we can add?
Mobile number.
వద్దులే ఇంకా, you know, I don't want to make the thing complex. Okay. Okay. So see, our data JPA will map Java class to database table. Okay. Our data JPA will map. See, as we have the dependency of JPA, right? Java Persistence API. Okay. JPA means Java Persistence API. Java Persistence API. Okay. So the thing is, it will map our Java class to a database table. Okay. So we'll just create a customer class and we have these three fields. Okay. Okay now. So our JPA itself will map the Java class to the database table, whoever the class is having @entity annotation. Okay. Okay now. Krishna, is that fine?
మళ్ళీ చెప్పు.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say, see, we'll create a model class in our Spring Boot application. Okay. So we'll create a customer class with the annotation having @entity. Okay. So customer class with the annotation having @entity on the class level. And I have all the three columns. Okay. So once you run the application, okay, in the database, there will be a table named customer. Okay. And there will be three columns. Okay. Is that fine now?
Okay.
Let us see how to create that. Okay. Now I told, you know, don't create the package structure anyway, you know, in whatever the way you like. Just a right click, okay, new package, and just add dot model. Okay. Okay, just in that write whatever the table, you know, you know what whatever the table name you want, you give that same table name to the class, okay? And the having an annotation at that entity, okay? Guys, is that fine? Customer, okay?
Okay.
See, this is just a class only, right? Customer, okay? And you need to have an annotation of at that entity, okay? Okay, Jakarta persistence entity, okay? And what I told, all the variables will be a column names, and your class name will be a table name in the database, okay? I will show you I will show you the database schema also, okay? Okay. See, is it fine, guys? See, I have just created a class with these three fields, okay?
Okay.
Okay, just give me a minute. I'll come back. Okay. Guys, what is post mapping? So get mapping means we'll get something from the server, right? We'll get something from the server, right? Guys, what will be my post mapping? Ramakrishna, Jaish, anyone? Can you tell me what's my post mapping? Hello?
No idea.
No idea. No. I told no. Post mapping means it will create some resource on the server. Create some record on the database, okay? Suppose if you want to create a customer record, right? The customer row, okay, in the database, you need to have a post mapping, okay?
Mapping or something.
Okay, na? Guys, is that fine? Hello? Hello? Guys, is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this one, guys, this get mapping, post mapping, these are all naming conventions only. There is no rule you need to follow mandatory. But if the thing is, if you follow if you follow, it will be more precise, right? Suppose the get mapping, if you're following for post mapping, if you reverse the annotations, then the guy who is trying to review your code or the guy who is who is joining after you, he may not understand, right? So you should follow the conventions. Get mapping means you need to get some data from the server. Post mapping means you need to create a data in the server like that, okay? So this is one of the interview question they have asked me, can we reverse? I said yes. But the thing is, he said, no, I am an Elon Musk, okay? So I want something to be different. So like, yeah, you can create, okay? You can create, but it is not the standard way, okay? Because the guy who is joining after you or the guy who is reviewing your code, okay? He will not understand, right? Yeah. So you need to your code should be understood by everyone, right? Yeah. Okay. Uh, Let me introduce Postman. Guys, what is Postman? What is this tool will do?
To test our application.
Yes. See, yeah, I'll tell you. See, because we don't have a front end, right? This Postman will act like something like front end, okay, for our application, okay. And how to download this ante, go to Chrome and say Postman plugin, download Postman plugin, okay. Download, it is very easy, guys, okay. See, it's very easy to download, okay. Ramakrishna, is that fine?
Yes.
Okay. ఎందాకలా మనం రాసాం కదా 8080 API, we can give it from the Postman also, okay. Get message, okay. See, only get request we can request from the browser, okay. The browser will allow only get request. It won't suitable for post or put, okay. See, here you can see the test, endpoints, sorry, status codes also. See, hello world. Ramakrishna, is that fine? This is my request and this is my response. Jayashree, is that fine? Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
See, what is my status code? 200, okay, okay, okay na? So you need to check what is your status code also, okay. Now, if I wrongly give annotation, what will I get now? If I wrongly give the endpoint, what will I get now? Any idea?
404. Not
Yes,
found.
404 not found, okay. See, sometimes in some applications will give you 404, right? See, that means your endpoint is wrong and okay. Okay. Suppose instead of get, I will try post. Then what will be my response here? Ramakrishna, I'm just changing the request type, but the endpoint is same. What will be my response now?
Error.
Yeah, 405 I feel. Yeah, 405 method not allowed. Okay. Okay. Na? So you should give a proper method and proper endpoint. Okay. Then only it will be working. Okay. Okay. Guys, is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So now our target is, why I'm saying this, our target is we need to create a table in the database and we need to store the records in that, right? Okay. That's our target, right, guys? For that, we need to go with post request. We need to go for post request, okay? You need to give the body here, okay? Right, right. Okay, see, you need to pass the values from here, okay? See, in the post request, in the body, okay, click on the body, you need to pass the data from here, okay, in the JSON format, okay, guys? See, just copy the variable names, okay? ID, something 100. See, all the variable names should be in double quotes, then comma, and what is that name of? Name, Sunil, strings would be in double quotes again. And what is that? Price of? Yeah, price is like that. Guys, is that clear? Hello?
Yes.
Jayashree, is that clear? Hello, Jayashree, are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that clear? Clear kada? So post message, you should give the respective annotation. Okay. So if you want to compare, you can compare with the front end screen. On front end screen, no name, college name, each submit kodam kada. The submit button means nothing but send here. And all the details you can give like a JSON format. Okay.
Okay.
So this Postman will act like something like front end. That's what I told you, right? Yeah. Now, go see whatever the annotation you hit, it will hit the controller layer, right? So just copy the method, and do the post, right? Post mapping, okay? So the endpoint which you are hitting from the Postman, it should hit from, it should hit this method, okay? Post mapping, okay? And API, store record, okay? You can use something like store, okay? Store, okay? Control shift O. Okay, here store to DB. That's what our target, right, guys? Ante kada. And go to service layer and just copy something. Okay. So no, here I want to store into database. I don't want to return anything, right? Okay. Now, Krishna, you need to call this method. Okay, guys, my endpoint will hit the controller layer. From there, it will go to the service layer. Okay, and from service layer, if you want to communicate with database, you need to communicate with repository. Okay.
Okay.
To communicate with repository. Okay. Yeah. So tomorrow I will speak up how to communicate with repository so that we'll complete the database table creation and storing the records. Okay. From here you need to communicate with repository layer. I need to create one more layer. From there it will communicate. Okay. It is totally 3 to 4 layer architecture. Okay. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll see that. Okay. Okay. Guys, is that class is clear to today? అర్థమైందా?
Yeah.